My name is Eric Edwards, and this is week 4 of the Psychology of Play, the final project. This was an amazing and fun week. I really loved what I learned. It really helped me get my mind in a peaceful place and reduce some of my stress that I've been having in life lately, and I've really loved reading everything. The first quest that I've chosen is, honestly, I'm really tired of saying this, but it's my staple quest, and I've chosen it for 3 other weeks now because I feel really comfortable with it. And for the fact that it's helped me out so much, get myself organized and get myself in a better place when it comes to doing my schoolwork and keeping me focused on my time limits that I have. I also think that this has really helped me put a perspective in the way that I do my business and that I do some normal life activities. I really have a good, amazing schedule to look at for something when I wake up to keep me focused on now. The weekly plan quest, I'm sure that you all guessed by now, here mine is, and I really hope that you enjoy it. I took a little bit of extra time for the push this week for myself. I was having some heavy stress and I really pushed myself to do some extra activities to get my mind off of the fact. The second quest that I chose, I really enjoyed this quest. The mindful scavenger hunt with it was something that I really needed to do for myself. It was the second quest I did for the class, and I picked it because I felt that with all the stress that I was having over the week, that I really needed to take a break and just take some time and some deep breaths out in the woods and listen to some birds and some natural nature noises and kind of find myself. I use this as a meditation experience for myself, and honestly, I really worked and took some beautiful videos for everyone of some leaves and some trees, and I walked up and down my property. I have about a 5-minute video for you guys to watch. I want you to watch it right here, and I hope you guys enjoy the video as much as I did filming it. This is my school documentation for the mindfulness quest. And the first thing I see outside is my beautiful dog. I took a day off to just walk around the woods and see what I see. And outside is my beautiful dog. And I hear some birds right now up in the trees. I can't exactly see them, unfortunately, though. Mindfulness plays a big role inside of our life. Take time for yourself when you're feeling stressed out, when you're anxious. I really love to walk over here to the little garden area that we built. I'm seeing some gnomes right now. I even like to come out here and feel these gnomes a little bit. Get a wider angle for you. I love coming out here and looking at the Minnie and the Mickey and these guys. We keep buying these things. But our favorite thing is to come out here and plant roses. I like to come and smell them sometimes. They smell so beautiful. A lot of the roses are dead, unfortunately. Those birds are really loud today. I like to come look and see if some of the salmon berries are out here. Even pick some off and taste it, maybe. That was pretty good, actually. You know, I don't get a lot of time to myself, and I really enjoy nature. Ooh, I see that bird that just went over there. I like to walk down my road and just kind of relax and see nature and the trees. Ooh, that bird just flew off. I'm not sure if you guys could see that. I'm hearing the wind and lawn mowers, and ooh, I hear the birds chirping. The loudest thing that I hear, though, when I'm outside walking on the gravel is the gravel underneath your feet, unfortunately. I have a hint of coffee taste in the back of my throat still from earlier. I just got done drinking my coffee. I come and check my lights and make sure all the security and all the lights are up. As I walk by the leaves, sometimes I like to touch them and feel them. It just kind of makes me feel better about myself. Even sometimes, you know, we're doing some cleaning out, I'll come over here and crinkle up some of the leaves just to see how dead they are, honestly. The smell is pretty intoxifying out here. You can smell the greenery of the grass, and you can smell the nature. I really love looking up and seeing the clouds also just kind of go by. Oh, I can hear the horse over there on the other side. It's beautiful out here. I can even smell the dead trees, to be honest with you. They give off less of a pungent green smell, and it kind of just smells like hay. That salmon beer was really good, actually. They're not done yet. It was good, but it was a little bit sour still. And the biggest thing that I love to come look at is all of the black berries that we have. If you guys can look over there, there's some horses. So I love looking at the horses also. And when I get up here, I really enjoy coming and looking at some of the fruit in the field and some of the trees. I really got to take time out for myself today and on this quest, and I really enjoyed how it made me feel. I've been really stressed out lately and anxious, and I was just really needing a mindful day to myself. Less anxiety, less stress. I just put my phone in my pocket basically and just was out here by myself. I think moving forward, I'm going to try to take more time out for myself when I'm stressed out. I'm going to try to relieve some of it just by being mindful. I'm going to know my surroundings and know that, hey, I'm having a hard time right now, and hey, I'm pretty stressed out. And I'm just going to take a little bit more time for myself and be aware of my surroundings and make sure that I, myself, can enjoy nature like that horse over there, just eating that grass away. And that was it. So thanks, guys, for doing the scavenger hunt with me. I appreciate it. Honestly, I really hope you enjoyed the video. After I got done filming it, I had to stop and think for a few minutes. And it did help me, and I did think about how I was in a bad place before I made the video, and how I was having a lot of stress, and how I honestly think that going on a walk for a few hours and just kind of thinking myself and stop and listening to the birds chirp and the wind blow and tasting some berries on the property, it really helped my mind relieve some of my stress, and I think it will help me focus on my work tonight. We had to do some concepts. Every week, you know that we have to define 2 concepts, and my concept this week, honestly, I choose was a little bit different. I normally do the ones that the teacher lists on the board, but this week I decided to do something a little bit different. It really touched my heart. The stress concept, it's a horrible thing. It made me learn so much about myself and the hippocampus and the way it thinks, and the way that the stress can affect the long-term, how stress can affect you long-term with something called chronic stress. Chronic stress is when you constantly have something going on over and over and over, and it actually changes the way our neural pathways think, and it changes the way our hippocampus works. It affects our memory, it affects our moods, and it really destroys some people. Stress is a thing that affects hundreds of millions of people a year, and it's not really talked about, it's not really helped, and nobody really takes time to acknowledge the fact. Me and myself this week, I have had extra stress and this first concept really touched my heart and it helped me. My second concept was mindfulness. And mindfulness was something that I really chose because honestly, it really needed it myself. With all the extra stress that I had this week, I just kind of felt that the mindfulness went along with the other concept, and that's why I chose it this week. Like, we're kind of hand in hand, and it really helped me play a big part in relieving some of my stress, honestly, just by hanging out in the woods and drinking some water and listening to nature, something that I really needed, that not a lot of time people get to do for themselves. They just don't take time out for themselves to refocus in their lives. It's so hectic, and they're so anxious, and they're so frustrated and stressed out that a peace of mind is really hard to find anymore. And a lot of us don't take enough time out for ourselves, and we're overwhelmed with people in life, and they just need to clear their mind. And the mindfulness that I did was really amazing, and taking time out for yourself really allows you to think about what is going on and keeps you to stay focused and on the right path. This is the final week, and we had a few extra questions this week, so it's kind of cool. Prompt C, what did you learn about yourself while completing these quests this week, honestly? The thing that I learned most about myself was completing both quests this week was that I write something down on a schedule and I check it every day and I remind myself and kind of go the way that I'm supposed to. You got to really do this. And what I wrote down is what I did this week, and I really enjoyed keeping myself on track with this schedule, and it really worked. And I didn't really know that before. I didn't have too much structural scheduling experience. I guess the weekly plan really helps me with everything, and I really love it sometimes. And now I can grow in the future and forever. And now I can always try to follow a plan and a schedule. The mindful scavenger hunt, honestly, I really loved that quest. I was having a mass amount of stress, like I was saying, and it took me some time to pick up my camera and put my phone down and in my pocket and just went outside and listened to the birds chirp and the wind blow and the gravel beneath my feet, and I tasted some of the berries. I tasted the salmon berry on the property. I really got to think just about nature and about the beautifulness and the greenery in the summer and the heat from the sun, and watch the clouds go by, and I really needed it. It gave me a good peace of mind, and it set my clock inside. It makes me want to have a longer drive and do better. And this was the final question, prompt D, and it says, considering all the quests that you've completed in the psychology of play, what was the most important lesson you've learned and plan to use in the future? And this was the biggest question, I think, of the whole class and the final, and I have a few of them. I just got to be honest with you. The largest one was the time toxins. I really never realized how much time I was wasting on useless stuff and how much it took away from my goals and what I wanted to achieve. And the time toxins were something that really hit home for me. I'm not sure about you guys, but I've used it since I've learned it, and I've cut my TV watching by about 80%. I've cut down on video games, really about 25%. I really love my video games, but it really showed me that I had a lot more important things in life right now, such as my children and my school and at Full Sail University, and even spending time with my wife and family and focusing on my business. And, you know, I thought it was important, really. But it was just hindering my goals, and I really love the time talks because they showed me how to cut those things out. I really plan on using this the rest of my life, honestly. I think that it's going to teach me to learn how to focus and get my achievements for my future and my goals, and the time toxins is really what I'm going to keep inside of my staples forever. Well, that was it, guys. This is my final of my homework of the psychology of play in week 4 at Full Sail University. It was one of the coolest classes I've ever took. It really helped me learn a lot about myself, and honestly, I recommend it for any future student at Full Sail University. And if you don't know what the psychology of play is, and you really want to find a deeper meaning about yourself, you should definitely look it up. It is worth it. I hope you guys like these videos that I'm making. I'm going to keep doing it for my school projects. I really appreciate you guys watching. and liking my videos. I hope that I'm doing a good job, and I really am new to all of this, honestly. So if you want to comment below and tell me how I can improve, I'd really appreciate it. And if you guys want and could hit that ding, ding, ding notification so you get notifications when I make a new video. And if you just take a tiny little bit of time out of your life and give me a subscribe on my channel, that helps keep me motivated and keeps me pumped up to keep sharing videos with you guys. It helps me get more views, and hey, maybe one day I'm gonna get paid for all this. I appreciate your time, honestly, guys. You guys give me that like. I love all of you, and thanks for watching my homework project, to be honest with you. See you next time, guys.